Hey there, my friends. It's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping. Welcome into another live, a Facebook Live with you today. I am so excited. We're here for day number 5. I've been here every day this week. Sometime during the day, I've gone live just to launch our new catalog, which actually officially opened up for shopping on Wednesday. And this week I've been featuring the Forever Fern suite. So I'm going to continue for today. We're going to have one more project today featuring Forever Fern. And I pulled in another new product to show you as well. So I've got lots to share today, and I'm super excited about that. I actually, today is somewhat of a rough day for me usually. I've been okay today because I'm kind of focused on good things, but today is actually the 8th anniversary of my mom's death. So June 5th has always been kind of a meh day for me. I will say it being Friday is helpful for me at the moment, but what I've chosen to do over the last few years with this is really to kind of focus on remembering her today, but not wallowing today, I guess. In the past, obviously it was really hard to face this day and know the trauma and the chaos that was this day 8 years ago. But now I really kind of like to just use it to remember my mom and to kind of think about her and sort of see how I can kind of honor her life a little bit, because sorry, the cat just jumped in my way. She was really such a huge part of my life and a huge inspiration for me. So today's project is actually kind of inspired by her. So back, let's see, in 2009, I believe it was, my sister had this brilliant idea that she was going to, or she was suggesting that maybe for Mother's Day we give my mother a trip, all of us girls, so me, my sister, my niece, and then my sister-in-law, and we just go on a little road trip and stay over like a night or two. And she was at that point alone because my dad had already passed away, so she loved this idea. So every May we'd give her a little like card and a little picture or something. I should have brought the picture I made her for the first one, and it's like a little 6x6 scrapbook shadow box, and we would like write in where we were going to take her. And so for the first 2 years we brought her to I'm trying to think what Sturbridge Village, and then the last year, the third year, we brought her to Deerfield, and she had so much fun. Like, she literally was like a kid on Christmas. Every day we'd come to, when we'd go to get her, she'd be like, I've been up since 3, like all excited. So it's just so many really good memories. So and it's been really hard for me to kind of document some of that. So that's why this project is kind of near and dear to me today. And her favorite color was green, as I think I mentioned earlier this week. So the Forever Fern stuff, or the Forever Greenery product line, is perfect for this. So let me switch you around, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then I'll show you a couple of photos too from those trips, and then we'll get started. So I've kind of designed today's project in my head, but I haven't actually finished it, so we'll kind of work through it. It'll be a process video today. All right, so let me turn you around. Hang on one second. Sorry, the cat is really being a pain. So, and I'm making you super dizzy, I'm sure, because I was trying to get her off my lap. Okay, sorry about that. Usually I'm a little smoother than that. Let me get this straight. There we go. Okay, so first let me just show you this. So this is the picture. This was not our first year, I don't think. This was probably, I think it might have been, I don't even remember, honestly. I'd have to go back and look at my notes. But this is obviously my mom here, me, my mom, and then my sister's daughter, Heather, and then my sister-in-law, Tina. So every year, the 5 of us would go for a little trip. And actually, I think this is the first year because my niece went to college. It was either the first or second year, because my niece went to college the 3rd year, and she couldn't come with us because the college, she was staying at the school, and the college was like, oh, we don't recommend you taking freshmen off the campus. And so it was really kind of sad because she missed the last one because they wouldn't let her leave, and that was the last one we got to take, my mom. So this I know was the first trip, and this was, look, you can just tell. My mother was usually not, she'd admit it too, she was never really photogenic, but you can just see like the pure joy on her face. And so I just love all of these pictures because I know how much it meant to her, and of course now all to us. So I'm gonna get all sentimental and sappy, but you can see, so I have all these photos from all those trips, and up until now I really hadn't been, well, probably the last year or so I've been thinking about, I really should put these in an album and get this done, but I just hadn't really sat down to do it, and I think now I think if I'd done it too soon, it might have been more of a crying fest, but now I'm ready to do that. So what I have here is one of the 6x8 Stampin' Up albums. These are the Kraft albums, and this is actually one that I used in a demo for one of my Teach Me Tuesdays, like some time ago. I had used our embossing paste to do this embossed cover, and I was doing it as a Teach Me Tuesday. So I'll post that video to my page in a little bit just so you can see how I did that, because obviously I'm not going to do that today because it's already done, but I loved it because it was green and it matches that Forever Fern product line that we're using today. So that was kind of my inspiration. So I'm going to finally put this album to use, and I think it will work beautifully with this product line. I'm going to see if I can lift this camera up just slightly because you're kind of missing some of it. All right, so I think that would be better. Sorry, I'm probably making you guys super dizzy today. You can join my club because I'm always super dizzy. All right, so let me straighten this out again. But I just felt like you guys were not seeing the full picture. There we go. All right, now I'll kind of straighten that there. So yeah, so that is where I'm starting. And I took some of the Forever Greenery paper. So I showed this to you on Monday and throughout the week. So you can see it's all very fernish. And my mom, fernish, that's a new name. My mom really loved gardening and stuff. So it totally is really perfect. So I picked this pattern and I cut it 8x8. And my thought was, I originally had it 8x8, but I knew I wanted this stuff to kind of peek out. So I just cut or tore this little corner here. And then so I just literally had it like this and I tore it towards me. So you would just kind of pull slowly towards you. And it gives you that kind of jagged edge, which I really like. And then I was thinking, you know what? I want to layer that. So I'm going to actually put this one under here too. So like I said, I kind of laid this out a little bit beforehand just because I didn't want to completely wing it, because this one's really important to me. So I wanted to make sure that I was on the right track and that I was liking how everything was going. And I do really like this. So that's kind of my thought for this. And then it still shows a little bit of that embossed part, but it's really got a really cool focus with that fern imagery. So I started with that. And then I also pulled two of my favorite dies for the Big Shot. I got my Stitch Shapes again, which I used yesterday as well. I used the large circle in the Seafoam, which is one of the card colors in that paper. And then, because I knew I wanted some kind of little cluster right here. And then I also used the Stitch So Sweetly dies. These are some of my new favorites. They were premiered in the, nope, that's the wrong one. They were premiered in the mini catalog. Oh, here it is. And they carried over to the new one. I'm just going to show them to you because if you have not seen them, I've been using them a lot lately, so I'll just show you. I just love them. They're like the little labels. I actually used this large one on the in color cards I showed yesterday, and then I used this one here obviously today. I just love the stitched shape kind of stuff, and these two layer together beautifully. So that's my plan. I'm going to do that. And of course we have those really cool gold embellishment pieces. So I pulled a fern in the gold to match this background, and I'm planning to kind of stick that in here. And I'm going to put this all together so you can see, but I'm just kind of laying out my plan first. The rest of it I have not completely figured out. I was thinking I may want another little gold embellishment down this side. So I'm going to grab, this is my like little pack of leaf embellishments. I think, whoa, that one went flying. I think I want something that's a little more solid. So I'm thinking maybe something like this and layering it together like that. I don't know if that'll be too much, but then I'll use, because I have more of those, I'm going to use 2 of those down here too, and just to kind of pull it all together. But let me see what that looks like. Like I said, it's kind of half me winging it here today, and then kind of me having a general idea of what I'm doing. But when do I ever really have a general idea of what I'm doing? Not very often. So there's the other 2. And I was thinking I could kind of do like a little sprig here and stick that under here like that. I know I'm covering up a lot of that embossing. Maybe I should trim down these a little bit more so more of it shows, but then it wouldn't work as well, I don't think, because I've already got this piece torn off. So I'm just going to go with it. This is what I'm doing. not going to mess it up because I do like it. So you can see kind of where I'm going here. I also wanted to bring in some additional texture. So nope, that's the wrong one. Where's this is the one I want. So this is one of the two from the Forever Greenery. So I'm thinking I may actually lay this down under here like that. And I don't know, I'll probably stop it and just do it on this side and maybe just tie a knot and attach that, perhaps, I'm thinking. So you can see I'm kind of thinking out loud here. I told you it's kind of process, but I kind of know what I want to do. And then the other thing I'm going to show you, so I know this much, so let's go ahead and tape this down. I wanted to show you how I'm going to do that, because with this Kraft front here, you want to make sure you use a really sturdy adhesive. One, because this is an album, so people are going to open and close it a lot, so it's going to have a lot of use, so to say. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape these two together. So I'm just going to run a little bit of adhesive right along the edge of this layer, and then I'm going to actually layer these two together, so it's kind of like one piece, making sure that there's no awkward like edges here. Like I don't want any gaps in between them. There's a tiny little gap right there, which, let me fix that. Okay. That's exactly what I don't want to happen. There. That's good. And then I will kind of seal that down. I am gonna use my scissors and just, there's like a little tiny bit hanging off there. So I'm gonna just trim that out. Okay, so now I have one big piece here like that, and I'm going to leave it really flush there. There might be a little, well, I guess maybe I want it a little more even all the way around. It looks kind of like there's less space on the sides than there is on the top, so I actually think I want it to be a little more evened out. So I'm going to grab my trimmer and I'm just going to trim a tiny bit off this side just to kind of even that out a little bit, so it's kind of an equal space all around. There we go. That's better. I'm not anal or anything. All right, so now that I know I'm good, and I don't think, well, let me just see. I don't think I want to tape this around. My thought was I could like tie this actually around the layer. But I think because this is torn, it's probably going to be kind of weird to do that. So I might just do a pretend one. Yeah, I think I'm going to just do a pretend one. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this. So I'm using my, actually, you know what? I don't want to use that one. I want to use the Tombow, the green glue. You're not going to really need a lot of this, but the trick with this is you really want to make sure you get the edges, because that's what's going to keep it really solid and keep it from peeling up over time. So another trick with this, though, is you don't want to use too much as you go, because it's going to squish and squirt out. And the other thing is you're going to want to make sure you don't go too close to the edge, because even if you have a little bit and then you squish it down, that glue is going to kind of come out and then on the edges of your album. And while this does dry clear, it's not perfectly clear, so it could remain a little tacky and kind of just gum up the top a little bit. So I'm going to go just inside about 1/2 inch around, and I'm using a very thin line of this. And obviously I can't draw a straight line to save my life, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm kind of just leaving it right along the edges, but not too close. And then I'll just do kind of a little scribble in here too. Okay, and it doesn't really matter if you get a little more in that spot, because it's going to be inside and it won't squish out the edges. All right, now I need to put this down and try and get it centered as best as I can. But the cool thing about the green glue is you can kind of readjust. Whoops. Try not to get it on your hands either, because then it makes your hands sticky and it's hard to do stuff moving forward. Okay, so that's going to really hold that well. I'm just making sure it's made really good contact to the book. And you're going to want to make sure this has a little bit of time to kind of dry out there, just so it fully rests there. All right, so we know that I wanted to do this kind of arrangement, right? Whoops, like this. and then we're going to have the little gold things on either side. But I do want to stamp a sentiment. And so I'm going to show you something new today too. So this is the Lovely You stamp set. It's actually a bundle. It has this punch that goes with it as well. This is a really, really cool punch. I'm super excited about it. Where's my catalog? It is on page. Let me find it. I just want to show you because there's a really good picture of how this works. And I will confess right now that I have not played with this one very much. So I'm going to be kind of figuring it out on the fly. But look at this. So see here, you can cut 6 different like tag shapes with this because you get 3 sizes for each one, and each one has a different top. So this one kind of has a really ornate, like deep cut one, and this one's more subtle here. But it cuts, you can see there's the dotted lines. So you've got a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch, and then 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch. So you can do all sorts of combining and layering like they've done here. So it's really kind of neat because you can make all sorts of tags, and this is going to be perfect for sentiments if you're a card maker. Or you can see here, I'm going to use it for a title kind of thing for this album. So this one's really cool. But like I said, I don't know, other than I cut 1/2 inch, 3/4, and white because I know I want to layer these together. And I wanted to pull out the darker green from here. And then I'm going to layer it on top of here. So we'll play with that a little bit because I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work. But I cut myself just a length of all of those sizes. And then this is the stamp set. And the reason why I picked this one was because there's one that says love is what makes us family. And I really like that. And I think that will be really good for the cover of this album. So I hadn't put this one together. But then I was like trying to rush to get it done before the video. And I was like, you know what? There's probably some new people watching, and these are our new cling mount stamps, which I love. So I thought I would take the opportunity to show you how you put these together. So generally when you get a stamp set, it comes all in this red rubber piece, and then you push them all out, which is what I already did as I was trying to rush to get it done. And then you put on the labels yourself. So you can see here are my labels. And on the back side, there's little slits in them. So this is the one that says love is what makes us family. So you can see there's like a little slit in the label part. So you just peel that off. And you want to try and not touch that as much as you can. And then you peel off the back of the label on the stamp like this. And let's make sure it goes the right way. You literally just lay it down on top of that sticker like that. And then when you peel it off, it comes off on the back side. So now you have your greeting. And I usually, once I've got them all assembled, I just kind of stick them inside here, and you can see those are staying put, like they're not going to fall off them. That's why I love our new cling ones. But I'm going to pull this back out because I'm going to use it. I'm not going to put the rest of these together. I just wanted to show you that one step. And I'm going to grab a block. And then you just kind of stick this down on top of here. So like I said, I'm going to use the white and the dark green for this. So I'm going to use the dark green for the base level. And so I'm using the biggest one, the 1 inch size. And then I'm going to try, will this fit on a 1/2 inch? I'm hoping. Yeah, it's going to be close, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm using Early Espresso ink, which is the same ink I was using the last couple of times. And I'm just going to stamp this on here. Hopefully I can get it straight. And I don't have a lot of room, so I'm watching that top of the L and the bottom of the Y and the F to hopefully get it all on this paper. I'm going straight down, straight up. Oop, I kind of pushed a little bit hard, but it's okay. So I think that's going to work. What do you think? I think that will be good. I can't see comments again. I really hate that. I didn't pull it up on my computer today, so I'll have to respond to any comments after the fact. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it does that. So I do really like this like softer edge for this one. Although I'm curious, let's look at that in the catalog again. Because, yeah, they did mix them a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm just going to stick, well, maybe I'll use this more ornate edge for this one. See, this is the part that I'm not sure how it's going to work because I don't know how much space it's going to cut off. So let's give it a whirl. Okay, so there's a lot of space left over. I don't want it that far. So I'm going to trim this down again, maybe to like right here. And hopefully I didn't just cut it too much. Let's try that again. Okay, that's doable. I like it. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Now I don't remember how much I left. Maybe like right here. Does that look good? I'm asking like you're gonna answer me. Hopefully that wasn't too far. Nope. Okay, that was pretty good, right? So now I think on this one I'm gonna use the more subtle one, like that. And so I'm gonna layer them like this. Yeah, I like that. Do you guys like that? I think that will work. But now I've got to figure out how much it actually cuts off. Oh, it actually cuts off only like a tiny bit here. So I'm gonna like chop this like right here and hope for the best. Cross your fingers, folks. It's the nail biter. Alright, so let's see how I did with that. Whoop whoop! I did it. What do you think? Alright, so I like that. That's gonna work, I think. Let me just make sure I like the color combos now that I figured out how to do that. Take this out of the way here. Okay. Where did I put the other? Okay, seriously, oh, here they are. I was like, I just had it. How do I lose stuff so quickly? So these are gonna go together. That was backwards. We're gonna put this like this. I have stuff stuck to my thumb where I got glue on it. And then I'm thinking I'll pop this in here. Okay, so this is where I'm going. And we have our little fern. So we'll stick that in here, right? Now, I want something here. Remember the little gold hoops I showed you earlier? I was wondering if maybe this would work on here. Like under here. Just kind of pull in that golds. Like that. It's kind of cute. Maybe I'll stick this more under here. So it's adding a little bit more depth. Where's the other one? Oh, over here. Maybe actually I'll use a different one too. Use all the things because, you know, because I can. Ooh, I kind of like that. What do you think? Okay, and then maybe I'll just pull one of these. And then one of these in here to copy that side. And then I can pop this up. Oh, and then we had ribbon too. What do we think? So I wish I could make it stay there for a moment because I want to eyeball it before I commit. Are any of you like that? You can't commit until you see. So then I was thinking, like, do a little strip of this. And then actually, hold on, let me do this. I need to visualize. Are you like that? I need to visualize what I'm doing. So I'm going to cut a little extra so this can go under this. So it looks like it's tied. I'll fix that frayed end in a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie another one into a little bow because I really want a bow on this one, I think. I need some texture. So, and I love how this one ties. So I'm going to do this. Okay. And make that nice and tight and just kind of get it to sit pretty. Do a little bit of floofing here. That's the technical term, in case you were wondering. It's floofing. Okay. And I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to trim that down like that. And then I can actually go back and put this on with the glue dot, like maybe like that. Ooh, I like it. Okay, I think that's going to work. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm just wondering if there's too much white, though. I did just have a thought. Imagine that. So Whoops, that's not going to sit. What I was thinking is if I had like a photo that was kind of greenery sort of thing, that I might be able to punch out a circle. So this looks like maybe a 2 1/4 inch circle. Yeah, so we have a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. Maybe the 2 inch would be better. So yeah, so I think I'm going to see if in my photos here, if I have anything that's just kind of like greenery that I can use my punch on. I'm sorry, I'm going to try and, I haven't looked through any of this stuff in forever, so this might take me a second, but, oh, like something like that. I don't really want the red, but maybe if I do like this green part, I don't know. I don't even know what that picture, oh, it's the picture of the balconies, I think. Let's just see if this is going to work. I'm not sure if this is the right picture, but I'm going to see if that might kind of bring my vision together. So I'm just going to use my 2 inch circle punch. Circle punches are awesome for scrapbookers. If you're a scrapbooker, you need an arsenal of all sorts of sizes because they're the best. So I'm just going to kind of punch out, whoop, dang it, punch out that. And then I'm thinking to kind of lessen all that white that I was having. I'm going to kind of stick this. I don't know which direction it goes. That looks good. Like that. And then this, like that. So this will be kind of in the middle. And then maybe that like that. Yeah. I'll probably move this down a little bit. But I think that would work. And then I'm going to embellish with some gold gems, I think. All right, I think I'm committed. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to attach this guy. I'm going to leave that ribbon there just for reference. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my liquid glue and my fine tip liquid glue. And I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of this. These are really small. Hold on. Let me get this on something else so that I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to actually pay attention to more down the bottom where it's a little bit bigger. But I'm going to go ahead and just add some liquid glue here. And you don't need a ton, so I'm just going to do a little bit so this will kind of stay put. I'll add some up here. There we go. That should be enough. I'm going to bang that out of the top. I'm probably going to use it again in a second, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right there, like that. And again, I'm not pushing too hard because I don't want that to kind of squish out the edge. I am going to kind of trim this off because I don't want that frayed edge. And I'm just going to use my regular adhesive right along here. That was not very straight. I should have probably put it on the ribbon, but it stays better if you put it onto the paper first. Like that. Okay, so now, before I start assembling all that other stuff, I want to kind of make this as an element first, and then I'll attach it. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these flat, like this. Okay, and then I'm going to attach this guy in the middle. I'm going to do that flat too. Like this. Okay. This is going to be tricky. I'm going to go ahead and put liquid glue, I think, on this too, because I can't do a straight circle here, so I'm going to have to put it on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go around this with some liquid glue. This stuff does take a second to dry. It does dry clear, but you do want to use a light hand still. So I'm not going very heavy on it. I don't know if you can see how I did that. But then I'm just going to turn that over and get that into position. I'm going to hold that there for seconds. Like that. I'm going to actually pick that up and sort of set it off to the side for a minute, let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and attach these together with regular adhesive. You know what I really want to do? I just taped that edge though. I'm wondering if I should do some gold embossing on the edge of this, but I wish I could see comments so I could get your suggestions, but I really think I'm going to do that. Let me see if this will take off that adhesive so that I don't make a mess. Oh, crud. I've got one of those adhesive removers, but it's usually only for like small amounts, not a whole strip. So I could just do it again, but I did it so well the first time. So I don't want to, well, I might actually just test my skills here. All right, so I'm going to clear the decks because I'm going to use embossing powder and that makes a mess. So let me go ahead and move this stuff for a moment. I'm going to grab my, I need a Versamark ink pad. So that's this guy. And I need my heat gun and I need some, where did I put my embossing stuff? Oh, you know what? I moved that to the other room. Oh, bother. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. Look, I knew we're right where it was. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use gold embossing powder on that too. Sorry about that. The beauty of Facebook Live and winging it and rearranging your room and forgetting that you left part of your stuff in the other room. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and I will do a little embossing for you. So, oh, actually, I do need my computer, but that's okay. I don't need it right now. So I'm just going to use the Versamark ink, and I'm going to actually ink up the edge of this. And I'm just dragging it along the edge of the ink pad. Like that. Whew, now I'm winded from running around. See who says that stamping isn't exercise. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab a spare sheet of my grid paper, because I don't want to get embossing powder all over that one. So, whoops, well, I ripped that one, but that's okay. I'm going to just kind of fold this in half, and I should have probably done this quicker, but that's okay, it'll be fine. I want it kind of grungy looking anyway. I'm just going to sprinkle this whole thing with the gold embossing powder, and then tap off that excess. I probably should have used my embossing buddy too, but I don't really mind if it has sprinkles. I don't really want that though, so I'm going to just take my finger and pull it off the grating before I heat set it. I just wanted a little edging on it. I feel like I want more on this side though. Get that all the excess off that. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna just move this out of the way. I should probably put it away first, but why do that? All right, so I'm gonna use my scissors to hold that so I don't burn my fingers. And then I'm just gonna heat set this with my embossing tool. This does take a couple seconds for it to get hot enough to melt that powder, but that's what I'm doing, is I'm just gonna go ahead and melt that. And hopefully you'll see the magic. I'll go ahead and get that nice and hot. Oh, there it goes. It's starting to turn. I did let the ink dry a little bit, so it sometimes doesn't happen as magically that way. Turn this around so I can get the other side. Well, see, that's the advantage of having a little bit of tape on the back there. It's making it stay put. that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and get that as foiled up as I can. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. So yeah, see how that just added a little bit of like embossing to that. And then I'm gonna actually add more tape to the back because I kind of peeled it all off, and I want to make sure that sits straight. So I'm gonna just do that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stick this down like so. Oh, I was gonna show you the beginner brochure before I started this today, and I forgot. But that's all right, I'll show you at the end. Okay, I got on a roll and I was all excited. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to this. This should be pretty dry now. I am gonna kind of line up this with my little, well, maybe just slightly off like that. And then I'll put this here. I'm gonna use dimensionals for this. Oh, I meant to stick the, where did those other ones go? I meant to stick these, oh, here they are, under that gold layer. But I'll just actually, maybe I'll lift this up a little bit. Maybe I'll, see, I like a little cluster here, but I want this to be under there, like that. And where's the other one? Like this. But maybe I'll kind of stick it here and here. It doesn't really show up all that much anyway. So maybe I'll do that. Or maybe I'll just stick them on this side. Well, I want one, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick this one under here. I was supposed to stick it under here, and I didn't. So I'll just stick it there, kind of like that. All right, so I'm actually going to use just regular adhesive for this because it's going to be kind of under stuff. Just want it to tack down. Let's see, so that's going to be like right about there. So probably like that. That looks good. Okay, then I'm going to stick this like that, I think. And then this will be like that with dimensionals. Then I'll stick this little guy here on an angle like that. And then we can put these under here. So I'll do, and do I want, maybe I'll do 3 down here then. I'll do 2 of these like this. And then one of these perhaps like that. Yeah, I think maybe, or maybe I want, where's that other one? I kind of feel like I want it to repeat. So maybe I'll stick this one over here too. Like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so first up, I'm gonna grab some dimensionals to put this on. So I'm gonna use the larger dimensionals and probably one on the end, one on each end and one in the middle, because we've got the little gold that's gonna wrap around here. Sorry, I'm kind of off the screen, sorry about that. So one on either end and one in the center. Like that. I'm going to move this up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then this is going to kind of go right across like this, right in that center. Okay. Now before I attach that, I'm going to leave that there for placement, but I'm going to attach this guy. And again, I'm just going to use regular adhesive because it's underneath. And then when I put dimensionals on that one, that will hold it in place too. So I'm going to do that. And then I really liked the placement of this, so I'm just gonna put some adhesive there, stick that in there. I don't care if these are a little bit loose down here. That one I can move. I'm gonna want this one here, like that. And then I'll add some adhesive here and put that there, like that. Then I'm gonna attach this with dimensionals as well. Pop that on there. Let's put one in the middle too, just because don't want it to get all saggy on me. like that. And then just kind of position that like that. I kind of covered a lot of that embossing part, but I still like that. Like, I'm still happy with that. Then I'm going to grab some glue dots, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on with glue dots. Peel that off, stick that there, like that. Okay, and then my last step, again, because I love to have a little bit of bling, is going to be these cute little enamel dots. And you know what's funny? Remember I told you yesterday that I'm like, oh, these are still available. They're in the online store. They were from the Christmas Time is Here suite. Well, I was looking through the catalog again, and they carried those over. So they're going to be here for a long time. So we are good. These go perfectly with this suite. So I'm super excited. All right, I'm going to actually add some of the bigger ones because this is kind of a big project. So I can go ahead and add a bigger one. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of sprinkle a few of these. Come on. The bigger ones are harder to pick up with this, apparently. Whoops. Come on. Stop being a pain. One there. Maybe a smaller one over here. Where do I want it? Maybe over there. And then I'll do another smaller one over here. And then an even smaller one there. 1, 2, 3. Remember, we said in odd numbers, so I'm going to do 5. So maybe there. Do I want it there? Actually, yeah, but then I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going crazy. I'm going to put a couple over here too. Oh, come on. Ooh, this thing's being, I think I need more putty in here. There we go. Then I'll put that one over there. Okay, perfect. Oh, sorry, I was off the screen again. I was getting carried away. There you have it. So there is my cover for this album, which I'm super excited about. And now what I love about this is now that I'm doing this album, I put, I'm going to do actual full page 6x8 scrapbook pages in here. So Stampin' Up! Only carries the variety pocket pages for this album, but I bought the full, like, open pages from my buddy Sue Ling. So I'm going to actually do full-on scrapbook pages just at a 6x8 size for this. And then I can use the paper and all of the accessories from this suite to kind of do this whole album. So it'll be a themed album using the Forever Greenery suite, which I really like. I love the look of a themed album, and I just think that will really kind of pull all the trips together. I'll have to decide, because I think I'm going to just do one album for all 3 years, but I'll kind of maybe mix and match and kind of record my favorite memories from, you know, the various trips that we went with my mom. So what I'll normally do now is I put all the pages, I have a couple more packages of this too, so I'll be able to use more of that. But I will go through and actually start to like divide out what's going to go here. So like this will be my cover page, so I'll go through my photos and I'll stick in here, like these are the photos that I want for the cover. Then I'll be like, oh, what next? What happens next? So, and I'll kind of just stick all the stuff and the supplies that I know I want to use for that page like in here, and then I can just bring the suite supplies and the matching inks and this album with me. And it's a super easy, super portable project to do, and it doesn't require a lot of supplies and stuff. So if you're doing like a one-day crop, or you're, you know, going to a friend's house to like craft together or something, this is a perfect project to bring with you because it's very portable and it's just small and contained. I usually get the 31. I don't know if my buddy Emily is still on here, Emily Midgley, who sells 31. She actually, they have the all-in-one organizers, which I think I actually have one set up. Let me see if I can find it quickly. I like to work on multiple projects at a time, so I have one. It's kind of varied, but these are the organizers that I use. So these little 31 all-in-one organizers, they're open at the top. They've got the pockets. So what I'll do is I'll put the album, all the photos, and then when I'm ready to go, I grab the whole suite of products plus the matching inks and my markers, and I'll throw it all in here, and then in my adhesives, of course, and that's all I need for that day to do the project. So it's kind of a really fun little trick. Like I said, when I have less, I get more done. So like when I've kind of, you know, reduced my supply options, it makes it work so much better. All right, so that was what I wanted to show you today. I really appreciate you kind of tuning in for this week, and I'm really excited to have landed with this project because I think it's my favorite of the week. And of course, like I said at the start, I just really wanted to kind of think about my mom today, but not necessarily in a sad and unfortunate way, but just to kind of remember all the great times we had. And so now I'm really super looking forward to doing this album. So I'll have to share more of that with you as it goes forward. All right, so before I let you go for today, I did tell you that I would show you the beginner brochure. So we of course have the new annual catalog, but there's also another catalog that I didn't really send to anybody yet. But if you're brand new to stamping or you're brand new to crafting, this brochure is awesome because it's a perfect little starting point for you. And there's new product in here that's not in the other catalog. So even if you are not a new crafter, you'll want to take a peek at one of these. And you can find this online as well. So I just wanted to show you. So what these are is they're designed to be really super simple projects. So this stamp set is actually a different stamp set than the one that's in the annual catalog. You'll see it kind of coordinates with the flowers for every season stamp set. So it kind of has that same vibe, but it's actually a different set. So if you look at this, it's similar to this, but it's different. So it's really kind of cool. You get a smaller stamp set designed for somebody that's just starting out, but it coordinates with the other stuff in our regular catalog. And then you also can do the shop by the collection. So the 4-season floral cards, which also feature, by the way, memory and more cards that are different than the memories and more cards that are in here. So you see there's a collection of memories and more cards in this suite. And I think they're pictured back here with the scrapbooking stuff. Yeah. So we have these, which are our memories and more scrapbooking cards. So you can see they're kind of like pocket style pages. So that's those, but these are actually different than those. So what they did is they created these projects here using this other set. It's like note cards and envelopes kind of thing. And they're different, so then you can actually pre-stamped and stuff. So you just use these basic supplies to create these pretty cards. So you could order this bundle, $46.50, and you'd have what you need to make this set of cards. So it's really kind of the easy button for a project, which I really like. And what they were trying to do is make it easier for people that are just starting out. So you even get your block, you get 2 little mini stamp sets, you get an adhesive, the note cards and envelopes, and the stamp. So you're good to go. And then the same thing with this one is another sweet collection that I love. It's the little fruit ones. And again, you get the stamps, the block, the paper, and the little spots that you can use on your little tags and cards that they show here. So it's just really super cute. I'm planning to order this one and probably this one. So once I put them together, I'll show you again, but I just thought that was really fun and really cute. So this brochure is a really neat little tool too. It's got that all-inclusive card kit that I showed you this morning. And then it also has a couple of other little sets and stuff that these two are in the big catalog as well, but it still shows you some really clean and simple, easy cards for you to be able to start with just using stamps, ink, and paper. So that's really a cool little brochure too. All right, so that is my project for today. Thanks for going along for the ride. I kind of left you waiting on me a couple of times, but like I said, it was more of a process video because I had a general idea of what I wanted to do, but I wasn't completely settled on how I wanted it all to come together. So thanks for riding it out with me. And as always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe to my page. And if you want more videos from me, you can always go to YouTube and subscribe to me there as well. It's By the Shore Stamping. All right, thanks so much. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week. All right, bye.